Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and I actually have some really good news to talk about, and that is Rockstar has fixed one of the biggest issues I've ever seen recently that has been haunting Grand Theft Auto Online. That's right, I'm talking about the issue that's going on PC, Xbox 360, and PS3, where modders were able to do a handful of pretty awful things to players in Grand Theft Auto Online. They were able to boost their RP upwards of 250. As we talked about yesterday, they were able to drain their money. I'll show you guys an image on the screen right now. These are just a couple of the things that modders can do, like not allowing them to get a wanted level, giving all players in the lobby a wanted level, kicking players from the lobby, giving people bounties. I mean, there's so many different things that these modders are able to do, and it's really bad for Grand Theft Auto Online public lobbies, and it has been haunting so many people. And as I talked about in a couple other videos, this has led to hundreds, if not thousands, of players, innocent players at that, potentially getting banned, having their money stolen, which is just downright wrong. That's obviously not what you want to see happen to anyone, whether they work hard for it or whether they spend their hard-earned money buying shark cards. No one should have money taken from them in the game. It doesn't really make sense at all. And then there was actually a video that came out from a user, Jack K, who actually captured this happening. And I'll show you guys some of that on the screen right now. It's pretty crazy. He doesn't even recognize that it's happening to him until the very end, when it's too late, when modders are literally stealing $50 million from him at a time or somewhere along those lines, using this like hospital bill, almost insurance fraud, passive mode thing. It's a huge issue that Rockstar, at the time, hadn't really addressed publicly until yesterday. So I know that sometimes we get frustrated with Rockstar, whether it's the content they add into the game or the way they add it via the drip feed system or some of the things they choose to do. However, you gotta really give them credit recently, especially with the last couple of incidents that's been in online, like the suspension bug that was affecting not only some of the new vehicles but older vehicles in the game. They really fixed that within about a day, and then they rolled out the latest patch about a week later, which was awesome. And now all the vehicles are fixed and none of them have that issue anymore. That's great. And this one, it looks as if they've not only identified it, but have fixed it as well. So this was an article that they posted yesterday on April 11th. They said, cheat method affecting PC, PS3, and Xbox 360 systems in Grand Theft Auto Online. We are aware of a new method where cheaters are manipulating the rank and in-game funds of other players on the previous generation consoles and PC in Grand Theft Auto Online. We are actively working on a fix. Please check back on this article for updates. And while they haven't actually provided an update at the time of me making this video, FunMW2 has confirmed that updates have been made to the game via background scripts. So he tweeted this: background scripts updated, hotfixed the issue with cheaters giving people GTA money NRP, additional checks for dupe detection. So that is fantastic right there. Rockstar have now fixed the situation on last generation, if you still play there, and PC, where players were able to steal your money and modify your RP and ranks. Now, I don't know if this bug affects any of the other things that these mod menus can do. I would imagine that they cannot. So you still need to be careful about Grand Theft Auto Online public lobbies. There's a good chance that people can still crash you, can still teleport you to different locations, can still do a whole bunch of stuff that you probably don't want to have happen to you in online. So I would still recommend that public lobbies are not the place to hang out. And FunMW2 follows up with some more interesting information that I think you guys want to hear about. So he says they have updated the background scripts. Now it checks for specific events that give you RP and money and limits it or prevents it. So if someone is going to give you 1 million RP, that won't affect you, as the background scripts limit it to 100 or less. In other words, the temporary fix solves the problem regarding leveling up players and taking their money or giving them money. However, the issue is not fully fixed. It requires a new patch. So basically what Rockstar has done is they've put a band-aid on this entire situation, but the whole situation is going to require surgery in order to complete this. So it looks as if the next time this is going to be fixed will either be when the next update is added into the game, or if Rockstar decide to do what they did last time and do like a little mini DLC where they actually just put the patch into game to fix something like this. And if it does happen, it's likely you're only going to see it on PC, Xbox 360, and PS3. Now, another user on the thread actually brought up a pretty interesting point. He said, in before new mod menu stops that background script's execution, and FunMW2 says that won't do anything. It would allow you to give yourself RP and money, and that's not what the cheaters aim for. And that's right, and that's actually great news. The cheaters don't care about giving themselves RP and money. They care about ruining everyone else's good time. And this new band-aid that Rockstar's put on there will completely prevent them for doing it to anyone else, which is obviously the main goal here. So they'll be able to give themselves RP and money, but they won't be able to do the same to you or take your money. However, with that being said, I still don't recommend that you go in public lobbies, because this also comes from FunMW2. He says it's highly required to stay out of public lobbies. The method being used by cheaters can do more than that, which is what I mentioned. They said it's possible for them to mess with your CEO stats, deleting your office and warehouses and other stuff. They can force you to join a job and a lot more. So even though this is great news, and that's coming from Rockstar, that they have fixed this issue and that the RP and money problems are resolved, everything I touched on in the beginning of this video about wanted levels, kicking them from the lobby, crashing you, making yourself the host, doing a whole bunch of other stuff. You want to stay out of public lobbies until there is a fix for this, and until whatever these players are using can actually be stopped. Because right now, Grand Theft Auto Online public lobbies are still not safe. They're safe to the point where you won't have your money stolen and you won't have your RP, boosted or decreased or anything like that. But it's still not safe in regards of like nothing bad can happen to your character, because there certainly can be some pretty bad stuff that actually can occur here. All right, so mega update, guys. I was about to upload this video and I was kind of just going through, my basic checks. I wanted to make sure all the information was still correct. And FunMW2 has given us another update to this whole situation, and it's not necessarily a good one. He posted this on the GTA Forums site right at about noon, and that's the last update we've gotten so far. He said, "No, I'm sorry. This temporary fix isn't that great to make it safe. They didn't fix the hospital bill thing, so it remains not safe." Well, that's why we call them Band-Aids, because guess what? Band-Aids can be easily ripped off, and when they do, it's incredibly painful. So the theory and the whole consensus of this video still remains the same. Rockstar is aware. They are making changes. They have already made changes, but it still looks as if it's not enough in order to completely fix and get rid of this problem. There might be some things that are fixed, but as I likely thought, these modders and hackers are going to find workarounds unless there's a permanent fix that ends up getting this done. So, like I said, just know lobbies are still not safe. There's a little bit of a band-aid on there, but I really don't know if it's done all that much. So I will leave a link to the article in the description that is on the Rockstar support page if you do want to check it out for yourself. Like I said, at the time of me making this video, which is about midday today on Wednesday, April 12th, there has been no update on there so far, but it's likely there will be one. It'll be interesting to see if Rockstar puts out a new patch for this going forward, like they did for the Infernus Classic and the 811 to fix the suspension. I personally don't think that's going to be the case, and I think that it's just going to be permanently fixed the next time an update traditionally comes out into the game. But at least for now, Rockstar is 100% aware of it. They're working on it and have already rolled out a nice little band-aid fix in order to sort of stop the bleeding here. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think about this and more. If you guys did go and enjoy this video, though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.